that should be
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pocomoke City Mayor and Council meeting. Today is Monday, May the 4th, 2026. It is 6:32 p.m. Would you please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Councilman Marshall, would you lead us in prayer tonight?
Absolutely. Heavenly Father, bestow your blessings upon all in attendance tonight and all listening out over the World Wide Web. Help us make good decisions that will fundamentally help the city of Pocomoke. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 2, approval of the minutes from our meeting on 4/20/2026. Council, is there any discussion? Seeing that there is none, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from April 20th.
Second.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 3, approval of the bill list. Council, is there any discussion? Seeing that there is none, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the bills list.
The motion has been, I'm sorry.
A second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 4, approval of SIP Phase 2 Mainlining America LLC balancing change order presented by G&B.
I'm John Hibschman. I work for George Mazenbier. I've been here, I think, twice before. This is the balance and change order to close out the Market Street Phase 2 lining project. It results in a credit or a deduct of the contract amount in $57,903.73, which takes the contract from what was bid at $1,734,713 down to $1,676,809.27. I can go into detail on that if you prefer. It's up to you guys.
That's the kind of change orders I like.
Yeah, it's a good direction. Yeah.
Amen.
So you need a vote, right? Well, we need a vote on it to approve the change order.
I make a motion we approve the change order as presented by G&B.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you.
While you're there, just as follow-up, so that'll close out Market Street, correct?
We have to issue final payment to them, but you have to balance out the contract so you can issue a final payment, and then it's done. So there'll be, I think, sometime later in May. Yeah.
So, but that'll round out that project, Market Street will be complete.
Correct. It's already completed. It's just a paperwork exercise at this point.
It won't be completed until the state comes in and pays it.
They did. Oh, you mean completely? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving forward to item number 5, approval of the Pocomoke City street improvement bids presented by G&B.
This is the street improvement project that kind of hops around town here. 3 bids were received and they were opened on April 28th. First one was Mike Hout Construction, which is $523,335.97. The second lowest bid was Terra Firma. They were $557,569.00. And the third bid was Asphalt Maintenance LLC at $594,677. Mike Hout Construction was the low bidder at $523,335.97. They all acknowledged the correct addendums and provided a bid bond. And on our due diligence, we called the references for Mike Hout Construction, which in this instance was the city of Fruitland. They've used them extensively and they had good feedback for them. So we recommend that Pocomoke City award the construction contract to Mike Howe Construction in the amount of $523,335.97.
So while I appreciate you doing your homework, I do have a question.
Sure.
Cheaper doesn't always mean more efficient.
Correct.
For $40,000, what is the time frame of work?
Well, I apologize, I don't have the exact contract time, but they're all obligated to complete it in the same contract time. So if it was 90 days, for example, they would all have to meet that timeline.
So what is the penalty for non-completion of work by those 90 days? Because when we were doing the last group of repairs, was it pipes?
Market Street, yeah.
Right, when you all were doing the Market Street stuff, it took far longer than what it was supposed to
Right.
take, and it was an extreme inconvenience. And from where I sit, people are looking at me saying, hey, this doesn't make any sense. And everyone else is saying, oh, well, you know, things take time. And I understand that things take time, and I understand that we get caught up in scheduling issues. But what is, really my question is, what is the compensation for delayed work?
There's liquidated damages that could be assessed. So if they went over the final completion date or the substantial completion date, the penalties, I'll call it, vary per day. Typically, they're larger before substantial completion as opposed to final completion, but that's what you would hold them to. If they exceeded the contract time, the city could apply liquidated damages to them, and then they would either come back off the contract amount or they would pay you with a check at the end of the project.
And I think we were into that with Mainline at one point as well, weren't we?
Correct. They did accrue a lot of liquidated damages, but in that situation was a little different because there were things that they could argue were out of their control,
Right.
and it would have turned into a contentious closeout to that contract, which ended up being lower anyway.
But so City of Fruitland, this Mike Hout guy has, they've done extensive work there. City of Fruitland's been pleased with them, and I
Yeah.
assume they've done it in a timely manner.
From what they talked to us about, yeah. We talked to the city manager, I forget his name. I didn't talk to him directly, the other engineer handling this did,
Right.
George Hyde, but yeah.
We've never done this before. And we are going to do it, this will wrap up this budget season. We're gonna allocate it next budget season, and the same amount or more will be allocated in the following
For a
budget
second
season.
phase.
We need this to be done right, and we need it to be done efficiently. Because there are a lot of people that live on these streets that are going to be paved, that are going to want access to their homes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a coordination process. Typically, when we do road work projects, you know, we'll tell the contractor and make them give notice, you know, whether we usually tell the town manager or city manager in this case that they can put a notice several days ahead of time of, hey, these addresses are gonna be affected from this time to this
Notices
time.
have to be posted at least 72 hours before you close someone's road. That was the same thing with the main, that was another issue that we had when you all outsourced the mainline project. I'm not trying to beat you up, I'm just going
Fine.
off of, that was one of the same issues that we had. It is unacceptable to knock on someone's door and say, hey, in 20 minutes, we're shutting off your water.
I agree.
Crazy.
I agree. Yeah, no, like I said, we'll tell the town or city manager, sorry, and she'll post it, and then we'll also have them put physical notices on their door, typically door hangers on the knob, 72 hours prior, to let folks know.
And can you please make sure that this time around, you use the proper seals and logos from the city?
Yes.
But make it clear on your door hanger that it is an outsourced work. People are not representing the city's public works.
Have them call you.
I can send, you can call me, that's fine. We'll get a draft copy of that from them, and I'll send it to Brandy, so we can make sure it's correct.
When are they starting work?
That is dependent on, obviously, this approval.
We're gonna approve it tonight.
We have to issue, once you approve it, we have to go to the contractor and sign a formal, notice to proceed, which generally we'll ask them, hey, what are you thinking? And usually they won't say something crazy, but once we have that notice to proceed date, the contract time will start,
Like
and then I can
yesterday.
tell you. officially when it would start. I expect soon. I don't know that contractor's scheduling right now, so,
Ms. Matthews has stressed that this has to be done before July 1st.
okay.
Ms. Matthews, are you in agreement with the gentleman from GMB?
I am.
Well then,
I'll entertain a motion if there's no more discussion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the bid as presented by, who?
Help.
By Mike Hauk and presented by GMB.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Thank you. What was his name?
Mike Hauk,
No, his name.
GMB. That's
Moving
good work.
Moving forward to item number 6, approval of the special one-day alcohol permit for the Trader baby shower at the community center. I'm going to open up the floor for discussion. I don't understand why people would need liquor at a baby shower.
You don't have kids.
We're adults.
Huh?
We're adults. The kids aren't there yet. It's a silly-
I just don't, listen, I just don't understand it.
If I was the lady that was getting ready to have the baby and I like to drink, I'd be mad. I mean, I just thought I'd throw that in there.
I mean, I'm not telling y'all to do nothing different. I'm just saying I don't understand it, but to each his own.
Times have changed.
She's gonna call.
Maybe I'm just getting old because
I make a motion, we approve the one-day special permit as presented from, signed by Mike Shannon.
Second.
the motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed, you have the same right. So moved, thank you.
You must have been invited.
I'll get it signed this evening. All right. Moving on to item number 7, approval of a special one-day alcohol permit for the Cooper Wedding and Reception. This event is being held on 6/14/2026 from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. And this is a beer, wine, liquor, $100. If there is no discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved, thank you. Moving forward to item number 8, approval of a special one-day alcohol permit for Bolero Quinceañera. I'm gonna open up the floor for discussion again. And I'm gonna say, why are we having alcohol at a quinceañera? Maybe I don't know.
I make the
I
motion.
mean, it's
to
a
accept.
kid's party.
A second.
Yeah, it's, what do you call it, their nationality thing.
It's a coming of age for a 15-year-old.
15-year-old
The
birthday
adults
party.
are
Yeah.
paying for it.
The adults want to have a drink.
Now, I do know, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, I'm on the, Somerset County, Civic Center. Once a month, they have it, and they pay us $1,500, $2,000 for a one-night party, and it's huge. They party when something like this happens.
I'm sorry that you all can see the disdain on my face. I'm not telling y'all how to vote. I just don't understand the notion of having alcohol at a child's party.
Why isn't everybody here to answer your question is the bigger thing. No one's here to present it and talk about what's gonna happen, you know? That needs to be the rule, I thought.
what safeguards are in place to make sure, and I'm not telling y'all to deny it.
Well, I think the safeguards are in place by the licensed commissioner and by the facility, by the Pocomoke City Fire Hydrants, and they're the ones that are gonna provide the safeguards for this. They're the ones responsible for
So
the
are
bartender.
they're gonna card everyone that walks up to that
Yeah,
booth?
that's what they're supposed to do.
They're supposed to, but I've never gotten carded.
Well, Todd, like you said earlier, you're old. And was there a motion
In a second.
and a second?
I didn't hear either of them.
I made the motion, Sharon now
Thank
seconded.
you. The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor, use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. Moving forward to item number 9, approval of a special one-day alcohol permit Johnson birthday party. This event is being held on 6/27/2026 from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Beer, wine, liquor, 100 per day.
I make motion to approve.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor, use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed, you have the same right. So moved, thank you. Real quick, I have a question. I've literally went over 1, 2, 3, 4 events, and no one was here from the community center. Is anybody here from the fairgrounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Lawyer.
Moving forward to item number 10, approval of the fairgrounds event, Zabrini Family Circus, May 11th, 2026.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good evening.
That's the easiest event that we have at the fairgrounds besides your event on Saturday.
Thank you.
The circus takes care of everything. They contract with us in the fall. They sell the tickets online. They'll show up Sunday. They're coming from Greenbush, Virginia. I think they're down there for 4 days at the end of this week. They'll show up Sunday night sometime, set up Monday, do their show, take everything down. When you go by the fairgrounds Tuesday, you probably won't be able to tell they were there, unless something is different this year. But normally, this group is excellent for cleaning up.
Thank you. Council, is there any discussion? None, I will entertain a motion for event approval.
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor, use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved, thank you. Moving forward to item number 11, approval of the fairgrounds event, the Fireman's Muster, May 23rd, 2026.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you much about a fireman's muster.
It is on the fairground.
So it
I
says-
worked with, when I was still working, I worked with folks whose families were in the fire service, but I don't know a thing about a fireman's muster.
So it says that fire companies demonstrating skills through a variety of events. The event starts at 10 a.m. Emergency medical services will be on site. Fire prevention will be on site. An event cleanup will be the fairground volunteers. They are requesting that the grass is cut and trimmed along the fence line and along the poles and posts. The grandstand bleachers washed. Liquor and food, there will be no liquor, food, fairgrounds, and fairgrounds concession. Important information, traffic control, parking, lane closure layouts, must attach maps, plans, or drawings, additional permits and licensing peddlers. Alcohol must be attached. All insurance, bonds, and liability certificates must be included. Pocomoke City Mayor and Council reserves the right to request additional insurances.
I would expect that the parking would be on the ground so that parking and traffic wouldn't be an issue.
So, the only request that I'm a little concerned about, which is crazy, right? Those bleachers out there, they need a serious power wash. They're disgusting. And the limestone or whatever it is does not help. You can't sit down for bird poop and limestone.
You mean the dust from the track
Yes.
that's up there?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the event looks like it's on 5/23, and it's a good, I think it's a great event for the city of Pocomoke to have. We'll have firemen here from all over, I expect.
I hope.
Yep, I expect. So I think we should be able to get that done. Yeah. Cool.
As far as the grass, I talked to Bill East, and usually the issue about the grass came after the ATV event, and I know that at certain times of the year, Bill usually sprays along the fence line and around the poles, and it was just too early for that event that it hadn't been done yet. So probably by the time the circus gets here at the end of next week, he will probably have done some spraying, if not by the fireman's muster.
So the one request that I'm going to make, and I just want this on the record, and it's still in regards to this, is we have to do a better job of communicating. We have to start putting things in email. It's always nice to talk to your good old buddy, Bill East, and always nice to talk to Brandy on the phone. But if we're not putting these things in email, if it doesn't happen, we have nothing to refer back to. And that was something that I was explaining to Christy at the Delmarva Discovery Museum last week. When it's in email, we can always refer back to it, and that is a way that we can have a check and balance to make sure things are actually getting done. That's all. Is there any discussion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the fireman's muster as presented.
Second.
The motion has been, you said it so quick.
Second.
Pardon me?
Second.
You're good.
Aye.
You said it so quick, I almost missed it. The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved, thank you. Moving forward to item number 12, approval of the Fairground Event Food Truck Festival, June 20th, 2026.
I think they have some folks signed up for this. This is a first-time event, so it may be small this year. And again, we didn't do a parking layout because I anticipate parking to be on site and not be a traffic issue.
The event is from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, they do know that they do have to get permits from the county, correct?
I believe
For the
so,
food
yes.
trucks.
The gentleman that's handling that was a vendor at the fair last year. All I can remember is the hot dog gentleman. So he's familiar with Worcester County Health Department.
He's very familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So he
hungry.
can advise the other people that are applying.
I'm hungry already. And me and Miss AJ have one of the, we share a favorite food truck, and I see her up there sometimes, so I'm hoping that they're there.
I think they've been contacted. I don't know who's on the list.
Okay, okay. Council, is there any discussion?
Will there be music or anything like that in conjunction, music or anything in conjunction with this?
We have another meeting Monday night to discuss, our regular meeting is next Monday night, so I'm expecting that to be brought up, that we need a little something else besides food trucks.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And I don't know what else John has looked into.
I'm sure he's looking into something. You guys are doing a great job over there.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you. I'll entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the food truck festival.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor, use the sound aye.
Aye.
All those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And can you please make sure that you email the events over to our events page so we can run your flyers as well?
I think she already has an event
You have the
scheduled,
flyers
but
already, Melinda?
I'll check to make, not the flyers, okay, we'll get the flyers to you.
And thank you for
Thank
being,
you.
thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mouth is dry. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Moving forward to item number 13, first reading of ordinance 2026-0-10, amending the Pocomoke City, Maryland Code authorizing the placement of unpaid code enforcement fines on municipal water bills after 60 days. Rather than reading ordinance 2026-0-10 in full, the following is a summation of the ordinance. A summation of the ordinance amends SS 1-20 definition to add a definition for utility bills. It also adds SS 1-29 entitled Delinquency and Transfer to Utility Account, which sets forth process for collection of unpaid municipal infractions via utility bill. A full copy of this ordinance is available at City Hall for review. An ordinance of the mayor and city council. I'm so sorry. I took a nail later and everything just went crazy. An ordinance of the mayor and city council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, amending the Pocomoke City Code, Chapter 1, Article 5, entitled Municipal Infractions. Whereas pursuant to SS 6-102 of the Local Government Articles of the Annotated Code of Maryland, the legislative body of a municipality may classify violations of municipal ordinances as civil municipal infractions and impose fines for such violations. Whereas said sections further authorize municipalities to impose fines of up to $5,000 per violation and require payment to the municipality. Whereas the mayor and city council of Pocomoke City find it that improved collection of code enforcement fines is necessary to ensure compliance with municipal ordinances and maintain community standards. Whereas the mayor and council further find the placement of delinquent code enforcement fines on municipal utility accounts is a reasonable and effective enforcement mechanism consistent with Maryland law. Now therefore be it enacted and ordained by the Council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, that Chapter 1, Article 5 of the Pocomoke City Code is hereby amended by adding the capitalized language and deleting the strike-through language, as I read in the beginning. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 14, first reading of ordinance 2026-0-11, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, to amend chapter 206 of the Pocomoke City Critical Areas Program, of the code for the Pocomoke City Critical Area Program. A summation of this resolution is, following the adoption of 2026-0-4, the Critical Areas Commission provided comment to modify Chapter 206 to set forth the initial adoption date of the Critical Area Ordinance at the state level as January 4th, 1988, enumerated the code enforcement officers or designees as the point of contact for critical area matters, address standards for variance compliance with COMAR Title 27, Subtitle 1, provide that an appellate process for enforcement actions, and to amend various definitions. Ordinance number 2026-0-11, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of Pocomoke City to amend chapter 206 of the Pocomoke City Code. Whereas the mayor and city council of Pocomoke City passed ordinance number 2026-0-4 to establish chapter 206 of the Pocomoke City Code entitled Critical Area Program Pocomoke City, and whereas in accordance with SS 206-9 entitled Program Changes, the state's Chesapeake Bay Critical Area Commission provided the city with comments regarding the program's amendments, and whereas the city adopts those comments and makes the necessary amendments. Thank you. Moving forward to item 15, comments from the audience. If you have a comment, please come forward, state your name and the name of your street.
Hello, how you doing this evening?
Miss Gina, how you doing?
Funny, my name is Eugenia Wilson. I live at 1006 2nd Street here in Pocomoke. I walked out my door this morning to a mouthful of dust and just, it was awful. And it's like, I've come to you before, and it's like I feel like I'm getting on your nerves, and I'm not trying to get on anybody's nerves, but this is something that's been ongoing, and it was done prior, like back in the 80s by Dr. Johnson when the horse barn was in the white building. They went around the track 6 times a day with the water truck before they even hooked up the dragger, so it wouldn't be a dust problem. Now they just hop in the vehicles, hook the thing up, and go on around there 6 times. That's a lot. And far as health-wise and like my home improvement, it's killing me. So like, can something be done to where this can be fixed?
Sure. So, when our employees got to work this morning, because apparently this happened at it started out at about 5 a.m.
Yes, sir.
When our employees got to work this morning, MDE was here at City Hall. Not sure who called MDE, but
It would be me.
you called them?
Yes, I have been contacting her for the last 2 years. She has pictures, she has emails.
Did you call them this time? That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
I've emailed her this morning.
So MDE was at City Hall when City Hall opened this morning. The biggest issue is that when people are running their horses on the track, it does not require any city employees, nor does it require the Fair Board to be there. So I did talk to Steph this weekend, and Stephanie.
Stephanie Dubrell?
Yes.
I was giving her number this morning as well.
I talked to her this weekend, and she wants the mayor and council and the Fair Board to have a work session to iron out some of the kinks, because she's identifying a lot of them. It is ridiculous for anybody to be running their horse at 5 o'clock in the morning. Even if they do spray, people are still going to hear it. And correct me if I'm wrong, we do have a noise ordinance, which was also violated. So the police department, I haven't been updated since this morning. The police department is trying to track down who it was. Were they ever able to find out? The police department was able to track down who it was, and there will be some sort of consequence. But the mayor and council and the Fair Board are going to have to come together and truly work this out. And so you're never getting on my nerves.
Thank you.
I don't necessarily have a problem with them running their horses at 5 in the morning, because that's relatively.
No, and it's not even
But
different.
it's the dust that's the thing. If it's raining and it's damp, that's one thing, but that's something you shouldn't have to put up with, and, we're gonna work on it.
And it has been to where it's been like 9:30 at night as well. So I'm like, I can't never leave my windows open because I don't know when they're gonna do that. And then it has been times where I've just put food on the grill, and they see the smoke, but they still decide they're gonna drag the track 6 times.
I understand. They have a water truck for a reason.
Yes, and
Let's use it.
me and my husband has also offered to help them, because we know I've also contacted Lee Carey over to the fairgrounds, and we've offered help because my husband is familiar with the water truck, but I mean, they don't want to, I guess, accept the help, but it doesn't matter, but I'm just like, something really has to be done.
Well, thank you for coming.
So
Thank you.
nonetheless, we do need to get in a work session with the Fair Board. Ms. Gina, we'll take care of it. We got you.
And if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know, because I'm
Okay.
always here to help.
Okay,
All right.
if it happens, call here, call me, call somebody here, and we will address it immediately.
Don't call me at 5.
I was
Jeff.
about to say, I was just thinking when he said that, do not call me.
I'm up, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and we'll address it immediately, absolutely. I mean,
Most
that's what we have.
certainly. I appreciate your work.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's been living up on that hill for many years.
She's been complaining about it for a while now.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Hi there. I'm gonna move this from my face just a little bit, like you guys got yours back, because I think it's a little loud.
Can you turn the bass down in that? Is it possible?
Because I noticed others were really soft. And
Don't worry about it.
put it-
We'll fix
let's
it
put it
later,
there.
but it's,
There we go. Well, good evening, Mayor and Town Council and Attorney and staff. Wanted to come before you tonight, just as a general, can I ask you real quick before I get started, what is the noise ordinance? Do you all know, is it 1 hour before sunup and 1 hour after sundown?
7 a.m. to 10
Thought
p.m.
so.
or 11 p.m.
Just for clarification, I thought so, okay. Wanted to come before you this evening because there's a couple of matters that have come not only to mind, but also our community, our specific areas' attention. First, I just wanted to say, recently, and I want to express gratitude for getting the permits and what all was supposed to be going on out there. Never heard back from you, Mr. Mayor. However, we did obtain permits that indicated the permit expired a year earlier.
What permit is this?
A permit for fiber optics, I think it was. That's fiber, simple fiber, thank you. It had expired a year earlier. When they were coming out, they knocked on some doors, but they didn't knock on everybody's doors. Neighbor and myself were cursed at, we were bullied, we were harassed about our properties. And we were told, not only by them, but some city staff, other city staff, that we had utility easements on the side. Now, my grandmother built this property. I'm familiar with where they are in front, the side and the back, but not that particular side. We literally had people come out and tell us, subcontractors if I'm not mistaken, and they were cursing at us, telling us, we're gonna do whatever we wanna do. That's not how you treat Pocomoke City residents, number one. Number two, if they are representing Pocomoke City, they ought to have some kind of piece of paper, something. Like you said earlier, with regards to posting stuff on doors, that has some kind of, on behalf of Pocomoke City, this subcontractor is doing yada yada. And by the way, not only on Market Street, a lot of people use this street to just post notices on the doors. We ought to have some kind of sign, something, for people who live on Market Street, but also people who use it to go to the post office, who go in town to shop. I think there needs to be a little step more for you to consider.
I do think, so I've got a couple things to say in regards to that. I do think that when subcontractors are used for anything and they've applied for a permit, they should be letting the city know who they awarded that bid to and who they contracted the work out to.
And they should have a copy of that permit and show that it's valid and that
Absolutely.
it didn't expire a year earlier. The lady behind me, we've got about 5 people in our neighborhood who are sick, have illnesses, have had surgeries, etc. And for her to be harassed 2 days before she had surgery, and I'm not releasing anybody's names or who's what, but that was ridiculous. 2 days before having that kind of life illness surgery. I felt really bad for her. I was on my way from getting plants. Her husband was in California, texted me saying, can you get out front? Can you get out with her and stand with her? They need to have paper, they need to have a copy of the permit, they ought to have something that says, we are this company. They had nothing until supervisor showed up and said, I'm with this company, and showed his t-shirt. I have a Phillies t-shirt. Doesn't mean I'm living Philly.
Can I say something real quick? So, when you made me aware of the issue, I came out to your house on
You
my
did,
lunch break.
and we appreciated
I
that.
brought Brandy with me, but I don't know if you remember me telling you, I leave for vacation at the end of the week.
I did not say about vacation because my neighbor and I both said, you had said you were going to get back to us. We didn't know when or
Right.
anything, but we were pleased if you just
But
got back
when-
to us.
But when Brandy's out and Mike Wyatt is there and they are communicating with me, it doesn't necessarily require me to be there. And that's why I've just learned that we have to trust them to do their jobs. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to, I'm not trying to
Right.
micromanage them, but I even went a step further with this whole situation and reached out to Commissioner Abbott, because both of us knew the company. Well, I don't know if Karen did, but I reached out to the company myself and had a conversation with them, and I knew that she said that she was going to as well. So you weren't forgotten about.
We felt forgotten, and still to this day haven't gotten a call, or just, hey, how did it all go? But to represent the city and to be out doing this kind of work contracted that expired a year ago, honestly, they should have had some kind of documents. So, next item real quick, because I've got a couple. With regards to the trash receptacles, I want to bring something up about the trash cans real quick, if I can, because y'all had considered these last time. I drove around town the other morning. You have people who have nice trash cans, and the city workers take them, open them, take the trash bags out, and throw them in the truck. Great. I've seen, especially springtime, people are doing yard work. People are cleaning up their yards. You have 8 large, dark trash bags. Sometimes are we expected to have 8 receptacles for all of them? That's one question. And then the other question is, what do you do when they do rip up or tear up or toss, like a Frisbee, your trash can? Because I had 3 trashed in a matter of 2 years. Over the last 2 weeks, I've observed them. The neighbor across the street from me, you know who it is, they've thrown their trash can, and the lid popped off. I went to put it back on because I tried to take care of their can for them. You couldn't pop it back on. Now, I will say out of the 3 of mine, twice, the lid got ripped in half. I don't even know how they did that. But what do we do in those kinds of circumstances? Are you going to make a provision that if we get a trash can, you know, because we get those rolly wheel kind, I've even had the wheels ripped off of mine. So if that happens, I can't go right back out and buy another $150 trash can. So that's 3 I've had. So there needs to be a provision if they report it to you that something has happened, and I have called before. But if they make you aware of this, what's going to happen? Because there should be something. I've watched them toss them like they're Frisbees, literally. That's one thing.
Councilwoman Downing, you want to speak to that one?
What?
No, you want? Basically, I got a picture today. Somebody had left the train. Yeah, somebody had left a trash can right in the middle of the street. It's ridiculous.
Well, it started off in the yard. The resident had the trash can in the yard, but when Public Works picked up the trash, took the bags out, they put it right in the street.
That happens on our street.
In front of the mailbox. Then in turn, the mail lady comes, she will not deliver the mail because she's not gonna get out of that truck. And they didn't get mail. So, and then, I mean, it's been several instances. I mean, if you want the citizens to do right, then Public Works needs to do right.
Absolutely, amen.
And if-
Because, I mean, even on windy days,
Yes.
when they get the trash out, the bags out, they will set the trash can on the very edge of the street. And I saw somebody's trash can going down the street, and one of the
We've had
police
that
officers happened to be coming down 8th Street. He had to get out of his car, park his car, and go down the street and get the trash can.
Do you remember some years ago, it was really windy outside, and I was going down Market Street, and somebody's trash can flew off. Number one, it shouldn't be sitting in the road to begin with. It's supposed to be sitting closer to the pole, if there is a pole in that area.
Curb yard,
The
yeah.
trash can flew right into my car, and broke one of my side mirrors. I was never compensated for that. Well, and I've had 2 cars since. Had 2 cars since then, but I was never compensated for that.
Should have reported it.
Now, I don't think the citizens should be required to buy a receptacle if they are gonna be in turn thrown, kicked, and
That's right.
tossed. I mean, if I pay $50 $50, $20.
They're higher than that
They're
now.
over- They're over $100.
They're-
I'm going to say, I
The
went to
wheelie
the
kind.
tractor supply place yesterday, and just to price some, and one was $125. I'm like,
Yep.
I ain't paying $100-some for a trash
They're
can.
$180
And then
almost
somebody
at
else
Lowe's.
throws it like it's nothing, because that's my money, you're throwing my money. So, I mean, if the citizens are expected to do the right thing, then we need to do the right thing, meaning Public Works. So I
My
agree.
sentiments exactly.
Yeah, and to replace 3 is not cheap
No,
at all, so.
it was $5. It's still
Exactly.
And
$5.
so the trash, the receptacle, thing was really just a proposal to us. It hasn't gone.
But at the same time, nobody should have 8 bags of trash out either.
Well, if they've cleaned their yard, they probably have
They
large
should put
8.
some 4,
Yeah.
maybe 4 at a time, break it up, I mean, we gotta think about
Trash
each
is picked
other.
up twice a day, twice
Twice
a week.
yeah.
Yeah, break it up.
One thing you may wish to consider, yeah, sorry. One thing you may wish to consider is if you're taking food out, like you had mentioned crabs last time, maybe if it's food, they need to be bagged up and inside the can. If it's
Yeah.
food, putting food inside the can. But if it's, you've cleaned your yard and you've got 3 bags of brush, then you don't expect that maybe. It's just a thought, just a suggestion, but.
And at the same time, if like me, I use myself as an example. I have 1 bag of trash.
Me too, and don't even have
I
to
am
put.
not gonna pull no trash can out just for 1 bag. I'll set that 1 bag in front of my yard, and please pick it up.
Yes.
Well, for me, there are
sorry.
times where I don't even, I might put trash out once every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
because, I
Me
mean,
too.
if we really want to talk about cutting back on something, and I'm just going to be frank, we really need to look at the Pocomoke City trash schedule. But that's another topic for another day. I'm not trying to make nobody mad tonight.
No, we just need to work together.
I'm just bringing
that's
some
all.
ideas and concerns to you.
Not you, I wasn't.
I didn't personalize it,
Listen,
don't worry.
everybody watches these meetings, and then
And the citizens
they'll
and-
say,
and the government
he's
need to
attacked
work
us
together.
tonight. But yeah,
Everybody work together.
we
to
just
get it done.
we need to, if we're going to introduce an ordinance where it's mandating people to have receptacles, the reality is the city has to pay for them. How the city's gonna pay for them? Somebody will have to work some numbers, you know what I'm saying?
I think right now, the reasonable solution is just to make sure that it's bagged and bagged properly, so we don't spread, so the bags don't break and we spread garbage all over the streets, she brings up a good point about damaging the receptacles and the like, who's gonna reimburse her?
But then on the other.
Well, my neighbor had 1 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean.
2 in 2
So,
weeks,
yeah,
twice
I think
destroyed.
it's incumbent upon the citizens to take a little bit of responsibility on themselves.
Right, but then on the other hand, where it's like, hey, maybe we do need to instate something, you can ride around any given Sunday night, Monday morning, and see people with a shopping cart full of trash bags.
Well, that opens up the door. Do we want to think about privatization of our trash utility? I mean, that's something we want to farm out. I don't know.
Lots of things to think about. Got a few
See
more
what you've
real
done.
quick.
Got a lot going on here.
Hey,
Thank you,
I
Dave.
saw you had a meeting like the 3rd week. I looked for it because of these issues that had occurred with our street. And I was planning on coming to the 3rd week, then all of a sudden there was one in the 2nd week. But anyhow, got a few more ideas real
We'll have
quick.
Melvin soon.
Okay, thank you for listening. Real quick, almost done. The light that's over in front of the high school, that's great. The new pathway, walkway light with the flashing light. I'm just wondering if it's not going to cause a backup sometimes with school. Just a thought. But if we can do that and we can put a light in there, and I know in part it's also to control the speeding that's been going on that road. We got a similar issue on Homewood back to White Oaks. We have a vehicle that is revving its engine. In the past, would stop on Homewood Drive, rev its engine, and then speed out. It hasn't been doing that, but it's been doing the revving and the boom, boom, boom. And I mean, it's not just boom, boom. Yesterday, it shook my whole family room and shook my windows. Something's got to be done, guys.
What I don't understand is why Pocomoke PD, Worcester County, and the state are not, it is illegal to modify. It's illegal to do it. Why aren't they giving people tickets?
Here's the thing. There's been meetings, I understand, between some of my local neighbors and the police department. And I think maybe you. My understanding is they have to catch them. Well, how do you catch them if you're not willing to patrol our area? If you're not willing to park a vehicle? One of my neighbors was told specifically that they were going to put local PD vehicles out in our area to try to see. We even know the times that this individual goes through,
So are you telling me
and it's not happening.
that after I was on the phone
Yes, sir?
at 9 p.m. at night
That's what I understand.
with multiple people from Pocomoke City and a resident, and a promise was made to the resident that the Pocomoke PD, because they provided us with the times, that this truck, this vehicle goes through the area, that it only happened one day. That's crazy.
I'll be honest, I saw a sheriff car out there a couple of weeks ago. I have not seen a vehicle in the afternoons in the designated time that was conveyed.
I just got to ask a question. Has anybody
Yes.
talked to this individual?
Yes.
Okay.
I happened to observe one day as I was coming back from driving around White Oaks, checking out the beautiful new houses that have been revamped, refurbished, and I was coming out and I was behind and then drove up into my driveway. I happened to see a blue vehicle pull up, older gentleman put his window down and yelled, "Slow down." You would think that would be a message. I also have another neighbor with another neighbor who confronted the individual in the street and said, "Please, stop the loud thumpity-hum." For me, it became a real point of contention yesterday when the person went through, and it was today, my final exams are running together, I'm sorry. But they were literally shaking that into my house and shaking my windows. Bad.
Is this someone that lives in your neighborhood?
Lives back. And the thing is, there's more than one way in and out. You can go around Hampshire Terrace. You can do another. But like the mayor brings up, if this is a souped up vehicle, then, and it is against regulation, then why is it being allowed? You know, my understanding from one of the other neighbors was that somebody knows somebody, and somebody called a parent and said, please, please. And, you know, it's concerning because I have heard times and seen this vehicle myself go back and be quiet and even come out and be quiet. But there's times when it seems like, I don't know, I'm not a mechanical engineer here, but I think there's a switch you can flip, and there's a unit on the back of it that goes dum, dum, dum. I don't know. I don't know exactly the mechanics of it, but please, something needs to be done, because it's now shaking homes and my windows. I know where I sit and I study and work.
Ms. Matthews is crafting an email as we speak.
Bless her heart. Thank you. Almost done. Couple of other real quick things. What's up with the vehicles so much? What about the buildings that are vacant now, like Ruby Tuesday, Rite Aid, some of the other businesses? Are you guys in talks with anybody?
So I'm under the notion that the Rite Aid has been purchased. No permits have come before the city yet, but it has been purchased. Ruby Tuesday, they don't want to sell. They want to rent, which only makes it difficult when a business truly just wants to buy them out and send them on their way. The one thing that I can share is that a dispensary is anticipating coming to Pocomoke. When Ms. Matthews told me that the dispensary was coming, I made it clear to her that I've really, and I know that, you know, there's a lot of federal law, state law, sorry, there's a lot of state law and red tape for this, but I made it clear that I did not want it into downtown. The location that they are anticipating using is not outside of city limits, but it is not in the downtown corridor. Now, may pose a problem for you because it's a little closer to your house than it is to mine.
Rite Aid?
No, there's a marijuana dispensary that is trying to come. It's a little closer to you than it is to me.
Please tell them they can't smoke on property.
Well, that's the federal law anyway, you can't.
I know,
Can't do that, no.
but you're not supposed to, but we all know how that rolls. Okay, real quick. Proposed solar farm that is on the fair's property. That is 0.3 miles from the development that you all have, and that you're working on proposing. If you put townhouses or homes across from it, it's going to be even closer. So you need to look at, seriously, not only noise, glare, but also how much that will heat up our climate over there. I know that there was a meeting the other day. Good to see you there. Wish more had been there, but there's a lot of questions that need to be asked of that company, especially if they're going to, after 5 years, expect the city to pay for the trees, the foliage, etc. If they're going to expect us to take care of it if something should happen, there needs to be some questions asked.
Solar panels are the worst triple P that this city has ever seen. And when I say triple P, public-private partnership, they are the worst. One of the worst decisions that our predecessors made was allowing those solar panels to come to Pocomoke. The city pays hand over if we didn't have to pay as much as we paid, we would literally be able to hire at least 2 employees, and they'd be able to make a decent salary.
And with that one, and fairs, and with the one that's 81 acres proposed, possibly down the highway, it's going to heat up our environment. That's going to be something. Now, aside from that, the location concerns me, because it is 0.3 miles and less to homes. It is and I wrote the other one down, I believe it's 0.5 from your high school and from your elementary school, that one. So you need to really seriously consider what impact is this going to have, so, for students. Last but not least, used to be.
We should have just given you a seat up here with us tonight.
I'm almost done. Used to be a Pocomoke City prayer breakfast. Now I know one of the churches is doing this year. We used to have a Pocomoke City prayer breakfast. When I served on the Ministerial Association, I know my daughter and I helped coordinate and advertise and manage that. Would like to see that return to Pocomoke.
So I was thinking just yesterday, I wasn't disappointed, but I was kind of like, oh God, we can't do it this soon. Someone had said it a couple days ago, and I saw that Bethany had a sign in their yard for a community prayer breakfast.
I think is theirs
May 7th.
What is it?
May 7th.
May
May
7th? Yeah,
7th.
it's May 7th.
Right, and I was saying, oh God, so that means we can't do one. So I was thinking that maybe we should do one in the month of August, where the city actually has a prayer breakfast.
Yeah.
I know that when Bruce was the mayor, he did the mayor's prayer breakfast and kind of, right, and you
Ministerial
guys kind of
Association.
took the idea from Ocean City and made it our own here.
Yeah.
So I was thinking August. And
Good.
I would definitely solicit as much help as I can.
You know you would have it. All you have to do is ask. Regarding upcoming possible veterans, I know it was mentioned by Marshall that there was a potential of doing something around either Memorial Day, possibly July 4th, but I think you more so mentioned Labor Day. if it comes to fruition, we're more than glad to help.
Yeah, we're still looking for partnerships to do a Veterans Memorial. You know, there's been a lot of chatter about it, but there's been no activity. Chatter.
Chatter, talk.
The Veterans Memorial,
Yeah.
that is something I'm very passionate about. A lot of people say, yeah, we're gonna help, but you know, when the time comes to call on them, they fail to answer the phone and fail to show up. So
We show up.
I will look forward to your support on
Yeah.
that, and I will depend on your support for that. I do know that, and I will go publicly on this, I do want this on the record, that Chip Choquette with the Pocomoke Arrowhead stepped up and said he wanted to assist with it, and I look forward to his cooperation and his contributions to the Pocomoke Veterans Memorial. Look forward to that.
Was a civilian mental health provider for the military. I am more than glad. I've been working
Yep.
for him for 14, 15 years.
I did meet with a group at Ocean Pines the other day that's willing, that's willing to help us with that. We've been busy on it, but we're gaining some traction on it. We're going to try to do this as a grassroots effort without any city assistance.
We did.
Yep.
More than 10 years.
And we think we're going to be able to do that. So we're making some headway behind the scenes, but we need more community partners, and we
Yeah.
really need more community buy-in from Pocomoke. We need that to make this happen.
There's the Delmarva Midshore as well, Veterans Association
I'd like
that
to
we
see-
met for
I'd
years
like
monthly.
to see more buy-in from the citizens of Pocomoke and the nonprofits in Pocomoke and the
Yeah.
doers in Pocomoke to make this happen. I don't want this to be something funded and that's brought in from outside help. I want this
You
to be.
sell tickets, you don't have to get any funding.
I want us to do it. I want Pocomoke to do it.
But see, y'all, I think one of the elephants in the room that I was gonna kind of talk about during my comments tonight is we calling on the nonprofits. We've lost them hand over fist,
We have.
which is unfortunate. You know, who knew that the Rotary Club was gone? Who knew that the Kiwanis Club was gone? You knew. I didn't know. Last week,
I look at them for labor support.
right,
you
right.
know?
And so
Two more items.
we just have
real
to
quick.
build them back. I think that COVID really took
Yeah.
a toll on our community, but I understand it. I'm
And it's
hoping
aging.
to see this potentially done, or at least kind of,
There we go.
never mind, go ahead.
Streets. They are bad on Market Street. I'm glad to hear tonight there was some discussion about the streets. Because if there's nobody coming, I do a zigzag. I'm probably going in trouble for one day, but I do a zigzag to avoid those potholes because they cause my back some problems, big time, as well as throwing my new vehicle alignment out. So I'm glad to hear it. Would love to have a timetable and for the public to be notified. So I've already discussed that. Last but not least, update on the Wawa. We've heard rumors about it around town. Gosh, how many years now? 5? Maybe more?
Yeah, I don't know if this is ever gonna happen. I don't know. We were in a meeting last time, we were talking about annexing the land for the Walmart. So I think it's well on the way.
What's holding it up?
Holding it up,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not a process that happens overnight. This is a
No.
large-scale development which requires.
No, but it's been 5 years.
A purchase, well, it's been 5 years since the inception of it. The traffic light was a big issue, and I want to thank Commissioner Abbott.
God,
I want to
yes.
thank Commissioner Abbott and the county commissioners for their help in making this thing happen.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years. Change takes time, and development takes time, because we
Amen.
want to get it right. And right now, we're in the not planning, but the final pieces of putting everything together. I believe the planning is in.
well,
It's been
see,
approved.
I do want to share, I mean, I feel like she is asking a specific question. I do want to share that there was a holdup last week. Maryland.
There was hold up last week.
It was.
By a knocker.
The Maryland Department of Planning literally stepped in and sent an email to Ms. Matthews. Mr. Illuminati was on the email, and I ended up getting on it kind of late. But basically, what the email said was they wanted to review our annexation plan. And they decided that, initially, they decided that we were going to have to put the public hearing and the second reading on hold for them to review the annexation plan. A group of us found out about it, and we sprung into action and kind of strategized. We don't know who did what to stop them from doing it. They did email us back later that day and said, hey, we'll have it ready by then. But just from talking offline, someone shared with me that, Pocomoke has been under a microscope lately, and these are the reasons why it's happening.
Because it would seem if somebody had a problem or issue about annexation, they would have come and brought it to the Planning and Zoning Committee when it was placed on the agenda for it to be dealt with.
I think the issue is greater than that.
Well, I will also say a thank you to Commissioner Abbott for that light, because my folks lived out that way. We know of many accidents. We know of even deaths. So it's long overdue, and thank God it's happening.
Yep.
So
we anticipate construction, what?
fall.
In the fall, yeah.
Cool. Very good. And if it's a last end note, if I can offer, I am willing. I have said this several times. I am more than willing to help. Serve on a commission, serve on a committee. I love to brainstorm, as you've seen tonight. I love to explore options.
I have a spot with
I
your
have a
name
spot
on
that
the,
I'm-
on the Board of Zoning Appeals, but I don't know.
I need to check on another one that I serve on the county with now. And
We
I
can talk
also
about
serve on
that.
one with the state now.
We
So,
can talk about that later, because
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure if the next time the Board of
Yeah.
Zoning Appeals will actually be back.
well, if I can also offer, I have a few ideas, concepts, and visions for a major project you've been trying to implement and get moving on. I had requested a meeting with you and the town manager. If we could coordinate that sometime, I would appreciate it, because I'd like to see it move forward. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for your patience. I know
Thank
it was a
you.
little long-winded, but
Thank
thank
you
you.
for being here. It's important.
Always.
Moving forward to, I'm sorry, y'all. I closed moving forward is the comments from the city manager.
Good evening, everyone. I'll make this as quick as possible. Just got a few things. Just with the upcoming warmer weather, just asking all residents to be mindful of grass cutting and the upkeep of their yards. Also, the municipal parking infractions did go in effect May 1st. Be mindful of no parking on the sidewalk, fire hydrants, curbs, handicap spots. Just be very mindful of those infractions that are in place. Also, very excited for our street and sidewalk project to finally commence.
What's its name?
Isn't it the Pocomoke Streets and Sidewalk
No,
project?
it's not called that. It's called the Mayor Safe Path Initiative.
The Mayor Safe Path.
Don't try to Obamacare me, honey.
I am really excited about this project to get it started. That way we can keep continuing on to phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 until all phases are completed. Also, just to let everyone know, if they are not aware, we do have a specific events Facebook page. It's called Events in Pocomoke City. That is specifically for events occurring in Pocomoke City. I also wanted to address the penny shortage. Banks are not giving us pennies anymore. So if anyone, and this only affects if you're paying in cash. If you are paying in cash and your change is, say, 2 cents, 3 cents, you will receive a credit on your bill. This will not affect anyone paying by credit card or by checks, but it's just anyone that is paying by cash.
That sounds fair, because actually what I was about to tell you was, if you don't have pennies, you round my money up, you don't give me less. So
Then-
I think that's fair.
And the track this morning, as soon as we found out about the MDE, I contacted Chief Hancock this morning regarding the track, and he's had Public Works create 2 signs, one that says wet the track prior to use, and another sign stating track hours will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, he's reached out to hit the primary contact about advising them of the new rules and that the continued dragging of the track while it's dry is a public nuisance, and we will start imposing fines when it comes to
So
that.
we'll do that in our budget work session.
Session, yes. And I think it's best too in this respect, I don't believe that there was cameras in that section, that we place cameras down there as well. That way, if they can't tell who it is, then we'll be able to know who's down there actually dragging the track.
Well, they'll still never know. And here's the thing. The stall and the animal have to have some sort of matching tag. Because I shouldn't get phone calls that somebody's horse is running down Old Virginia Road.
Yeah.
8th Street.
Yeah, Street,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Right, so there needs to be, and that was something else that staff is saying, and it's no reason why she's getting fault on that from
Yeah.
anybody. If you're in stall number one, there needs to be some sort of medallion or something. I'm not saying to tag the horse's ear. I'm not saying do that. But there needs to be some sort of medallion that lets staff know that that horse belongs in stable number one. You've literally got a horse running down Old Virginia Road and 8th Street, and nobody knows whose horse it is.
Yeah.
Then a horse literally got out of the barn and broke the fence. It's wide open.
Yes, yes. And the one
And
with
no
the,
one knew whose horse it
it
was.
was. So right now, we have a list up with who's in each stall, who the person is, but everybody will not provide their telephone number. But the one which animal.
They can't
So
rent.
is there some type of infraction for you not providing your food?
Yes.
Yes, you know what the
If your horse is running
Yes.
down that street and I can't call you and let you know, then we have a problem.
No problem. So
the
even,
infraction is if they're not willing to give their phone
Phone
number,
number.
go somewhere else.
Don't put your horse in that barn.
so the one we actually had to track down, they actually let the horse out and then left, and then animal control was called. And that's the one where the broken fence
Work
and everything.
session.
Got it.
Work session.
All right, that's all I got for tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tricking me a little bit. What you mean you don't want to give your number?
Oh my God.
You got me upset a little bit.
I think we all jump.
I mean, but I mean, the reality is, they're, you know what? We're gonna move on to comments from the council.
Work session.
Mr. Hall.
I would just like to say I've attended hundreds of meetings, and Mr. Mayor, you run a first-class professional meeting.
Thank you, sir.
That's all.
Thank you. Councilman Marshall.
I'd like to commend Brandy and the council for their work on getting the street thing kind of moving. The mayor's safe pathway initiative.
Brandy didn't do anything. I even came up here to
Well,
open
but
those bids.
Brandy did the numbers behind it, and well, now that we're one step closer to making that happen.
I just wanted to happen.
I do too, and I think it will, because I think the contractor we've selected, I'm familiar with his work and confident that he will do a good job for us. So, just wanted to. That's a little bit of good news moving forward. I can't wait till it's completed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilmember Toll.
I just, really quick, I had a chance this weekend to go out to the fairgrounds for the event out there from New Macedonia Baptist Church, and it was so nice to see, the community out and taking part of things and just being outside. It was a beautiful day. I just wanted to say I hope to see more of that coming into the spring season, us being outside and having fun as a town, and just thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Councilwoman Downey. Councilmember Cotman.
I would like to acknowledge the Pocomoke Police Department and the new application that they put out for citizens to receive updates. I think that's awesome that we're able to provide our citizens with information in real time. And I think that'll help us build trust there. And I'd also like to thank all of you for coming out tonight. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Moving forward to comments from the mayor. Buckle up. I'm going to start on the sour side of things. Then I'm going to make it sweet. I'm going to do a sour patch and we're going to go home. I received an email Friday night at 9:22 p.m. That wasn't fair. I wasn't able to reach out to city staff. Typically, if I can answer it, It's levels to it, right? If someone has my personal cell phone number and they text me something, I'm gonna, I'm gonna at least attempt to reply. Now, sometimes, y'all know how I am with text messages. I'm not gonna say how many text messages I have unread in my phone, but they go miss sometimes. City cell, I charge it and I check it periodically. But I received an email at 9:22 p.m. and I felt like the person was demanding an answer from me about something that I had no idea about. Now, what I want to say is the person had every right to be frustrated. 4 years ago, when we were in the process of selling our historic firehouse, Pocomoke City went and dug up someone's sidewalk completely and put in a sewer line. And they never went back. And I got an email at 9:22 on a Friday night about something that should have been fixed 4 years ago. It is enough to make me angry. I'm getting on Facebook and I'm posting this, and hey, we're paving the roads, hey, we're paving the sidewalks, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, and we have so much ground that we have not covered. I got on there today begging people to let us know what signs needed to be replaced. The man said to me in the email, I'm not talking about just a regular old sidewalk that's been torn up. The city came and tore this sidewalk up. There has to be some sort of follow-up. It didn't go neglected for a week. It wasn't a year. It was 4 years. I wasn't the mayor. She wasn't here. She wasn't here. He wasn't here. He wasn't here. Councilwoman Downing and I were council people. Ms. Matthews wasn't the city manager. Andrew Illuminati wasn't the city attorney. Melinda Stafford wasn't the city clerk. I was upset about that email. We have to leave this city better than what we found it. Because the reality is, every last one of us is leaving here one day, whether it be by election, resignation, and y'all know what the third one is, because we know some people have passed away in office, but we're getting up out of here. And 4 years is too long for someone to be waiting for something to be fixed. Something that they didn't ask to be torn up in the first place. I walked 8 miles through this town yesterday, on foot. I saw some things that made me happy, and I saw some things that made me sad. I'm not saying for anybody to go out and walk 8 miles, but what I am saying is, needs to be a little bit more foot traffic to address some of this stuff that's going on in this town, to address some of these neighborhoods. Wicker furniture on a patio, couches on a patio, on a porch. I saw it all. When it was just me, a pair of earphones, and my Apple Watch. 8.10 miles. There were places that we need lights in this city. Yeah, I was out 10 o'clock at night walking. I don't know if we need to contact Delmarva Power or what, but there are places in this town. We cannot stop crime from happening if it's dark. That's the purpose of having streetlights. There are certain areas in this town that have been neglected for so long that it's become the status quo, and then we continue to have issues in said areas, but it's because we've neglected them. The curbs look beautiful. The hydrants look beautiful. The sidewalks that have already been repaved, they look beautiful. But y'all, we got a lot of work to do. And I said it today. Councilwoman Downing said it in this meeting. We cannot hold the residents to a standard that we are not willing to hold the city to itself. Everybody cheers about the development that we have coming. But what happens when someone sees some of the stuff that I saw last night and they put their home on the market without a blink? We don't just want people to come here and buy these houses. We want people to stay here. We have a whole historic district down this street. Some people have purchased the homes and fixed them up. But then there are others that make the house beside it look mighty bad. A couple of months ago, I had a rat infestation in my house. Not because I was dirty, it was clean. I spent thousands of dollars to get those rats out of my house. There's a house 2 doors down from me that has been abandoned for years. And guess where they're coming from? That house. Who's going to do something about it? I'm pretty sure anybody sitting up here, and this is no slight to anybody, because let me explain to you what the biggest issue is. The biggest issue is that we have so many people doing other people's jobs. Anybody on this council can ride around with a legal pad and write down stuff. You know what's right. You know what looks right. You know what looks wrong. And I'm not blaming anyone, but what I'm saying is we got to get people doing their jobs. Because when one person's job is neglected, an area of everybody's job gets neglected. Brandy, I've been watching you for the past 3 weeks, up close and personal. You're stressed out, you're tired, you need a break. You're doing too many people's jobs. Before Melinda went on vacation, doing too many people's jobs. Tired, stressed out. It's time to get it together. And I'm not trying to be hard. All I'm saying is we're missing some stuff. And once we fix it, we never have to fix it again.
Who owns the abandoned house? You know who's the owner?
I know who used to own it. But again, we have no teeth in our code.
Well, we better change that code. I mean,
That's the reality.
that's a no-brainer.
But the unfortunate part is when we talk about changing the code, everybody up here is willing to do it, but nobody sitting up here is qualified to do it. So that's where it gets a little loopy.
Well, can't you take other towns' codes and copy them?
Ours look better than theirs.
Huh?
Ours are pretty good.
What?
Ours are a lot better than theirs, a lot of other times. Yeah, we could, yes.
I mean,
But it's just a lot. We need to take a hard look at the code. First step is ordinance 20260-10. That's the first step. We've got to hold people accountable. But if we're holding people accountable, the city has to be willing to be held accountable as well. And I'm not for the whole getting on social media, bashing city employees and things like that. And even in this space, I haven't said anybody's name. And I'm not bashing anyone. But we got to do a little bit more. I was happy to hear Ms. Matthews say, Todd, we need to outsource the grass cutting. Yeah, we used to pay a pretty penny for it, but I'll tell you this. Our public works staff was able to focus on the other things that needed to be done. Councilwoman Downing can contest to you. We outsourced grass cutting back in the day. It was never the duty of the public works staff to do the grass cutting at winter quarters, the fairgrounds. You remember, what was the other one? It was winter quarters, the fairgrounds. I feel like it was 3 properties. Oh, and the solar farms,
Oh, yeah.
which again, worse PPP that, yeah, but that's another conversation for another day as well. I just want Pocomoke to be the best version of Pocomoke. And I feel like we're moving in the right direction, but we can't miss the little stuff. That's all I'm saying. We can't miss the situation where someone is sending me an email about something that happened 4 years ago. Might I just put a pin in the meter and say, I didn't know it happened 4 years ago. So I had to wait until this morning to call someone and say, hey, what happened here 4 years ago? Because we do know that sometimes developers bust up our stuff without us knowing as well. But it was confirmed that it was the city. I would appreciate it if we also took a look at every property that we have a lien on. Because there was a time where Pocomoke put liens on a lot of properties. And nothing has come before the mayor and council in a long time about any of the liens. And they're still on there, as far as I know. I know I'm throwing a lot out there tonight, and I just want to say that I appreciate all the work, the hard work that our city employees do. It's not an easy, y'all don't have easy jobs, especially when you have to answer to 6 people. And sometimes 6 people that disagree about how we get to where we all want to be. Something that CL and I talked about yesterday. We all want the same stuff. We just disagree about how to get there. And so you all have to figure out a way to make every last one of us happy to help us get there. So your jobs are not easy. But Brandy, please take a break. I've seen 6 city managers in my time here. And the biggest complaint has been the stress and overwork. And sometimes it was me, and sometimes it was other people. But please take a break. Y'all are doing too many jobs. That's all for me tonight. Oh, and everyone, please support our events at the fairgrounds. Please support our Downtown Pocomoke Association. Happy to announce that I don't know if you guys saw my email, we are in talks with the Delmarva Discovery Museum to do a reception for them the night before their grand opening, to invite all of their major donors to come and view the museum. I did talk to Ms. Matthews, and I'm hoping that this will go into an email, but there have been a lot of questions about the city's involvement with the Delmarva Discovery Museum. And I just feel like this really needs to be put on the table instead of letting it fester. When we met with representatives from the Delmarva Discovery Museum when they first rumored closing, the city and the county had the same stance. We need to see a business plan. And I'm hoping that they will be able to put a business plan in front of the city and the county so we can help them the way that we want to help them. And I know that this is going to be controversial, and I know that this is going to be maybe even a headline, but it needs to be said. Speaking of plans, the city has to get their comprehensive plan done. Another plan that needs to be submitted and done. So again, if I'm willing to hold them to a standard, I have to be willing to hold the city to the same standard. The comprehensive plan needs to be done. We support the Delmarva Discovery Museum. We don't want to see it leave downtown Pocomoke. but we need to see a little bit more. We've offered partnership for many years. 2022, the mayor and council went to the Delmarva Discovery Museum and said, hey, listen, give us an ex officio seat on your board. It didn't happen. That night that we had that meeting, I said to them, and Commissioner Abbott, you were in the room when I said it, the city and county should have an ex officio seat on the Discovery Center board. It still hasn't happened. I do know that some of the new board members are for it, so hopefully we will have a conversation with them soon. But I just wanted to put it on the record that we do indeed support the Delmarva Discovery Center, Discovery Museum, and we want to see them thrive. We want to see them make it. But it's going to take some hard conversations and some hard sit-downs to make sure that that happens. That's all from me tonight. We will not be adjourning tonight because we do need to go into closed session. The only thing that I ask is for a 3-minute recess.
I make a motion to enter into a 3-minute recess.
Second.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. We're in a 3-minute recess.